Has anyone here ever been to the beach? Most people, at some point in their lives, have been to the ocean. You can imagine the sand and the palm trees and the ocean crashing in the background. It really creates its own aura and its own experience. Now imagine that water is residue of trash and bits of plastic. It's not really an attractive idea, but in some countries, it's a reality. It usually happens in developing countries that don't have an adequate waste management system established in their government yet. The points I'd like to highlight today are the issues of the pollution, where the pollution is coming from, the impact of marine life, and what we can do about it. The pollution that is happening in our oceans is a serious problem. In an article on the plastic pollution of the ocean, Simon Reddy writes, and I quote, "It is estimated that 13 million metric tons of plastic ends up in the ocean each year, the equivalent of a rubbish or garbage truck's load every minute. Fish, seabirds, sea turtles, and marine mammals can become entangled or ingest plastic debris, causing suffocation, starvation, and drowning." This seems to be a semi-unnoticed and taken for granted problem within our modern society. Another aspect of the pollution in the ocean is the concentration of waste in gyres. Gyres are large circle currents that are within the oceans of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. With 2 in each of the oceans surrounding the US and 1 in the Indian Ocean, there's 5 in total. I bring these up because each of the gyres is a collection place for residue and trash in the oceans. They're sometimes incorrectly called islands of trash. They are not actually attached to the ocean floor, but can stretch from the surface to the floor. It's an entangled mass of trash and some ocean debris that is organic. Marine life suffers most from the pollution problem. The pollution of the oceans is one of the most important problems between humanity and nature. It slowly chips away at the wilderness that we hold so dear. And this should be really important because we are the ones causing this problem. In an article evaluating the effect of pollution on marine life, the author writes, Plastics pollution has a direct and deadly effect on wildlife. Thousands of seabirds and sea turtles, seals, and other marine mammals are killed each year after ingesting plastic or getting entangled in it. Endangered wildlife like the Hawaiian monk seal and the Pacific loggerhead sea turtles are among nearly 700 species that eat and get caught in plastic litter. When people think of marine life, they think of fish, whales, squid, and the occasional shark. But what this leaves out is the aviary species that lives on and around the water. Birds. The birds are victims through their feeding and nesting habits. Their feeding, they can choke on them or get entangled in their wings and not be able to fly, and thus are prey to other predators. Baby birds are at risk as well due to their parents feeding them what they think is food, but is actually plastic or debris. I mentioned the nesting of birds because what washes up on the beach is often used by birds for nest building. This is dangerous for the parents as well as the young birds for potentially dangerous chemicals in the debris. There is also the danger of sharp edges and points in the plastic used for making the nest that can puncture the baby or the parent sitting on it. Throughout this, I've concluded that pollution is a huge problem, but with the drive for success, we can accomplish the cleanup of humanity. You can get involved with organizations like Oceana or The Blue to get some hands-on experience, or you can pick up trash on your beach and recycle everything you can. Every little bit helps to create a brighter, cleaner future.